So my plan is, with this video and in a few follow-up videos, is to build my first Pokemon trading card game deck. Pretty much brand new to the game. I've watched a few YouTube videos to start to get an understanding of how the game works, how deck building works. Story about why I'm getting into it is just a general love of games, but also my niece is all of a sudden obsessed with Pokemon. She has a bunch of cards, and I would like to push her towards playing, so I want to figure the game out. So these cards are from about 6, I think they're mostly different booster packs. Probably about at least 20 of those cards I've given to my niece, and some of these are her reject cards. She doesn't care about trainers, she doesn't care about energies, which I completely understand. At this point, it's all about collecting for her. But anyway, so I'm going to go through these and talk about them briefly. And another note with the way that I'm thinking about building the deck is going to be Pokemon and energy heavy, and probably trainer light. And my reasoning with that is my niece is 7. I think that the game with Pokemon and energy may be simpler for her to pick up. But if anybody has ideas or advice with that, I would much appreciate it. So this card's Skarmory. So I've already previously opened these packs, obviously, and organized them into to their energy types. The first few are colorless. Skarmory, this card seems pretty good. Large HP. Get to look through your deck for Pokemon. Meowth. This is the baddie from the cartoon. Seems like a decent card. Tedursa. So I have Tedursa, who evolves into Ursaring. Happy about those. Then goes into, I don't know if this is iron type or metal type, which I don't have. These are the only two that I have, but they are a evolution line. So I'm not sure about those. I love these dark ones. This guy said Sabli is cool. He choose a supported card from your opponent's discard pile and use it as the effect of this attack, which is very creative power. Inky, who evolves into Malamar. So I definitely want these to be in my deck, and I also definitely want these to be in my deck, the neutral ones. So at this point I'm gonna, I don't know, roughly start to sort cards out. This seems like a decent universal Pokemon. This Mumble attack, which is very weak, only 10 damage, but it's activated with colorless energy, which could be useful. So I got a lot of psychic cards. Baltoy. If I'm doing a lot of psychics, it might be a decent basic. This one, Acid Spray, I wasn't into it first, but says flip a coin. If heads, discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon, and it attacks for 10. It's kind of a cool, interesting, creative power. Sigalith. Again, I'm new to the game, so some of these powers I don't quite understand, especially with this one, Onage, which I have the basic and the stage 1, which is Double Blade. So this one says stab, put 1 damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. To be honest, I don't completely understand how damage counters work. I should figure that out. Stab deeply, put 3 damage counters. So I don't quite understand how this evolutionary line works, but it's in the psychic, and I have a lot of psychics, so might make sense to stick with those, and they all go together. Water types, Reckless Charge. This one seems extremely weak. Does 20 damage to the opponent, 10 to itself. And this one, I just like the concept of this one. Corsola, Spike Cannon. So it says down here, actually, I don't know if I can focus this. I can't. But it says down here, they prefer unpolluted southern seas. Their coral branches lose their color and deteriorate in dirty water. But I'm not sure. I don't necessarily have enough. And this one's fairly, actually, most of this one's effects, it doesn't require any water specific energy, so it may be another one to put in this category over here as a decent universal Pokemon. So at this point over here are my rejects, and these over here are the cards that I'm interested in including in my deck. So now to leaf type. Scatterbug, String Shot, flip a coin. If it's heads, your opponent's paralyzed. Pretty weak pair of Pokemon. Also, this one is pretty weak. My only 2 leaf types at this point, so probably leave out leaves at the time being. Dedenne. I just love the name of this Pokemon. It's not very strong, but it shocks and possibly paralyzes. And this one's Knuckle Punch, colorless energy to power it up. So it might be decent as a universal. And keep this in the realm. So these are my rejects. These are outside. These are close to rejects. Okay, so Wooper, Nap. He'll 20 damage from this Pokemon. That's kind of cool. And then Wave Splash. So it's a fighting Pokemon. It's got 3 of these, and actually I really like all of these. They're all basics, and actually these are my last 3 basic Pokemon. Actually, these are my last 3 Pokemon that I've previously looked through and thought to be useful. This one, Glingar, stun, poison, flip a coin. If head, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed and poisoned. I have to look up exactly how poisoning works. I think it's something like 10 or 20 each round until they're no longer poisoned. Which in that case, this is a cool, interesting one. And this Binacle has this thing called Sand Attack. If a defending Pokemon tries to attack during your opponent's next turn, your opponent flips a coin. If tails, the attack does nothing. So it's a it's hard Pokemon to beat, but not necessarily a strong Pokemon in attacking. But I like actually all three of these, and the stun poison is colorless, which is nice. I'm gonna actually include it in my universal type Pokemon. Then I'm gonna keep. So I'm gonna move this discard pile up here to the way top. I'm gonna put my fighting types here, and then I am going to. So trainers, I'm actually gonna skip for this video. Don't have a lot, and again, I'm thinking of building my deck without trainers just to make the game simpler, just to make the learning the game simpler. Then this, I'll just go through these quickly. These are Pokemons that are of no use at this point, because they're non-basic or stage 1s or 2s or extremely weak. So Taj Tech, Sand Slash, stage 1 fighting, Magikarp, which is extremely weak. It has 30 HP and its attack, I don't know, its attack does 30, but it has to flip a coin in order to hit. Pelipper, this is one that I would like to use, but it's a stage 1. This also, Volcarona, is one that I would like to use, but it's a stage 1. Same thing with Flareon. I'd like to use it, but it's a stage 1. Same thing with Cascoon. I'd like to use it, but it's stage 1. So all these that are stage 1s I'm not even thinking about. I haven't even really read what they do. Parasect. Porygon Z, and this one is stage 3. This one I just hate the art, so I'm not even going to say its name. And this one I don't quite understand how it works. Gumi. So, and actually same with these last 3. I don't quite understand how they work. So which is Latios, Spirit Link, Mega Catcher. I understand that one, but I don't. But again, I'm leaving out trainers, and then Rayquaza, Squirt Links. So anyway, so that's about the end of this video. Thanks for watching. So these piles are what I'm planning on starting my deck with. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 Pokemon. I have a few more packs that I'm going to open up to supplement this with, and then I also got I bought a group of energy cards that I'm going to combine with these in a future video or two. Thank you very much.